ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Very good morning to all. Today, let us discuss one of the important chapter that related to inorganic chemistry. And previously we have already discussed about the P block elements in the inorganic chemistry. What are the P block elements? 15th group, 16th group, 17th group, 18th group are zero group elements. The four chapters are already over. But in the inorganic part, still there are two important chapters. What are they? First one is the D and F block elements, and second one is the coordination complexes. Coordination complexes, right? And here, before going to discuss about the D and F block elements, for few minutes we have to recollect the information given in the first year, the chapter periodic classification or periodic table. During the classification of the elements, here number of periodic tables were introduced. Number of periodic classifications were introduced. They are already given in the chapter periodic table or periodic classification. Take for example, Dobereiner law of triads. First one. Second one, Newland's law of octave. Okay. And here, after that, Lothar-Meyer made another attempt to classify the elements based on their atomic volumes, based on the atomic volumes of the elements. And then periodic law was introduced. That is nothing but Mendeleev's periodic law. Based on Mendeleev's periodic law, here the Mendeleev's periodic table was introduced. What is Mendeleev's periodic law? The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weights. After that means after the Mendeleev's periodic table, once again another periodic law was introduced, that is Moseley's periodic law. What is Moseley's periodic law? The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Atomic numbers, right. After the Moseley's periodic law, modern periodic law was introduced. That is, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their electronic configuration. First one, atomic weight. Second one, atomic number. Third one, electronic configuration. That is the evolution of periodic law from Mendeleev's periodic table to modern periodic table. This is already known to you in first year. Simply, once again I will give the information related to the classification for the sake of your recollection. Okay. Based on modern periodic law, here the modern periodic table was constructed. Once again, the modern periodic table reveals different aspects. Here, modern periodic table was constructed on the basis of electronic configurations. Clear? Based on electronic configuration, the elements are once again furtherly divided into different types or different ways. One is classification of elements into different types. What is the sense of that? Based on the chemical behavior are properties of the elements. Here the elements are classified into 4 types based on their electronic configuration. What are they? Inert gas elements, representative elements, transition elements, inner transition elements. That is about the classification of elements into types based on chemical behavior or chemical properties. Right. Now we have to go through an important phase, important part. What is that? Classification of elements into blocks. Classification of elements into blocks. What is the basis for the classification of the elements into blocks? Undoubtedly electronic configuration, but in depth. In this type of classification, the elements are classified on the basis of the type of subshell into which the differentiating electron enters. Means what? What is the sense of differentiating electron? I think some of you are already forget about the differentiating electron, because that is first year very beginning chapter. Almost all 1 year time is over. Differentiating electron means the electron which enters last in an atom or in an element. Take for example, let us consider the element hydrogen. Here the atomic number of element hydrogen is equal to 1 and its electronic configuration 1s1. This is the electron present in hydrogen. And let us consider another element, helium, atomic number 2, electronic configuration 1s2. Here this is about the arrangement of electrons. What is the basic difference between these two elements? In hydrogen, there is only one electron present in the outermost orbit or 1s orbit. In helium also, that electron is already present. But what is the difference between hydrogen and helium? This electron. That electron differentiates both hydrogen and helium. So, that second electron is represented as differentiating electron. That second electron is represented as a differentiating electron. Okay. The electron which differentiates the consecutive elements in the periodic table is known as differentiating electron, or for our convenience we can define that as the electron which enters last in an element is known as the differentiating electron. Okay. But here this differentiating electron may goes into S subshell or P subshell or D subshell or F subshell. So, based on the type of the subshell into which the differentiating electron enters, here the total elements present in the long form periodic table or modern periodic table, the total elements present in the long form periodic table or modern periodic table are divided into 4 blocks. What are they? S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. But here the chapter name is D and F block elements. Okay. Look at here, S block elements. What are they? First A group and second A group. And what about the P block elements? Third A group elements, fourth A group elements. Here the 4 chapters are already covered in the first year chemistry. This is S block and this is P block. But in the second year you have to learn about, already learned about here P block elements. What are they? 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th group elements. Already 4 chapters are over. What is the sense of P block? 3rd, 4th or 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Totally these are all collectively represented as P block elements. But here, according to the syllabus given in the second year, we have already discussed about the 15th group, 16th group, 17th group and 18th group. Okay, what about the remaining part of the classification of elements into blocks? D block and E block. They are collectively given under this chapter, D and E block elements. Okay, right. But how can you understand the word S block elements? How can you understand? The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into S subshell are known as S block elements. The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into S subshell or S orbitals are known as S block elements. What are the S block elements? First A and second A. First A and second A. Okay. What about the P block elements? The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into P subshell are known as P block elements. Okay. Look at here. Example. Boron. Atomic number 5. 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Here the differentiating electron goes into P subshell. So here boron family come under P block elements. How many electrons are present in the valence shell? 3 electrons are there. So this is also represented as 3rd A group or 13th group elements. Here the differentiating electron goes into P subshell. So the elements from 3rd A to 18th groups are collectively come under P block. Okay. Now you can easily understand the sense of D block elements and A block elements. The sense of D block elements and A block elements. What is meant by and how can you understand the word D block elements? The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into D subshell are known as D block elements. Right? And the elements in which the differentiating electron goes into F subshell are known as F block elements. The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into D subshell are known as D block elements. The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into F subshell are known as F block elements. Okay, now the name of the chapter is D and F block elements. And here the meaning of D and F blocks is the elements in which the differentiating electron goes into D subshell are known as D block elements. The elements in which differentiating electron goes into F subshell are known as F block elements. Right? Now we have to go through the details of D block elements first. What about the details of D block elements? After that we have to go through F block. First we have to complete D block elements. And what about the details of D block elements? Look at here. The general outermost electronic configuration of D block elements is ns1 to 2 n minus 1 d 1 to 10. The elements in which the differentiating electron goes into d subshell are known as d block elements. The general outermost or the general electronic configuration of d block elements is ns1 to 2, n minus 1d 1 to 10. And in d block elements, the differentiating electron goes into n minus 1d orbital, but not nd orbital. And the general oxidation state of d block elements is +2. And here in long form periodic table, the d block elements are present in between both s block and p block elements. Here, this is the position of d block elements in the long form periodic table. And here you have to discuss some other aspects also. Here the s block elements are highly electropositive. They are strongly metallic in nature. And they have low IP values. Okay, they are highly electropositive and they are strongly metallic in nature, and they have low IP values and low density also, and they have low melting points and boiling points, and they are highly electropositive, so they form ionic compounds. Okay, quite contrast. Here the p block elements are electronegative. Most of the p block elements are non-metals, and they have high IP values, and they have high densities, and they have high melting points and boiling points, and they form covalent compounds. Okay. But in the periodic table, the d block elements are located or present or arranged between highly electropositive s block elements and electronegative p block elements. Now, the properties of d block elements are in between these two, and the properties of the elements are intermediate to that of the properties of s block and also p block. Means what? Take for example, s block elements are highly electropositive. What about d block elements? They are less electropositive than s block, and they are more electropositive than p block. And s block elements are strong metallic in nature, but the metallic nature of d block elements is less than that of s block. But the metallic nature of d block elements is greater than that of p block. And next one, what about the IP values? S block elements are having low IP values, p block elements are having high IP values. But what about the IP values of d block element? They are intermediate to that of both these s and p blocks. In the same way, whatever it may be the property that is the intermediate to that of highly electropositive s block elements and electronegative p block elements. And there is another important point. S block elements forming ionic compounds, p block elements forming covalent compounds, but d block elements forming coordination complexes. Means what? They are having both ionic bonds and also covalent bonds and also dative bonds. So, this is about the special feature of the d block elements. And same time, they represent, means d block elements represent a gradual change in the nature of elements from s to p block. Take for example electropositivity. electropositivity gradually decreases from S block to P block. Means what? Electronegativity increases. In the same way, they represent a gradual change in the nature of elements from electropositive S block elements to electronegative P block elements. They represent a gradual change in the nature of elements. They represent a transition in the nature of elements. So, D block elements are also represented as transition elements. Transition elements. Transition elements. How can you define the word transition elements? Generally, D block elements are also known as transition elements. Generally, why they are represented as transition elements? They represent a gradual change in the nature of elements from highly electropositive S block to electronegative P block. They represent a gradual change in the nature of elements. As a result of that, they are represented as transition elements. Here, the general electronic configuration of transition elements is NS122, N-1D, 129. And the general oxidation state of transition elements is +2. +2. Here, transition elements or D block elements are present between S and P blocks in the long form periodic table. Right. Now I am asking you, what is meant by transition elements? Look at here. Before going to discuss about that, we have to define representative element. What is meant by representative elements? The elements in which the outermost orbit means N, outermost orbit. Take for example, I will give the details of each and every term used in the chapter. Suppose this is an atom. This is the outermost orbit. It is represented by the letter N. And this is penultimate shell, represented by the letter N-1. This is anti-penultimate shell. Anti-penultimate shell means N-2. Outermost, penultimate, anti-penultimate shell. N-1, N-2. Okay. And here representative elements means the elements in which the outermost orbit is incompletely filled. Incompletely filled are known as representative elements. Now I am asking you once again, what is transition elements? I need not the general definition which is given by me here. I am asking you the technical definition for this. Transition elements. Look at here. The elements in which the outermost means this one and penultimate shells N-1. The elements in which the outermost and penultimate shells are incompletely filled are known as transition elements. Transition elements. Okay. This is about the introduction of the chapter. Right. But what about the other details of the D block? Other details means what? And here I have already mentioned that D block elements are also known as transition elements, or transition elements are also known as D block elements. That is general statement. But what about the other details of D block elements? Very simple. D block includes the elements from third B to D block includes the elements from third B to second B. D block includes from third group to 12th groups. D block includes from scandium group to zinc groups. How? Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. Okay. Next, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, cadmium. Next, lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, aurum and mercury. And here actinium and rutherfordium. 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111 and 112. This is un-nil pentium, un-nil hexium, un-nil septium, un-nil artium, un-nil ennium, un-nilium, un-unium, un-bium. And here these are all the IUPAC names. These are all the IUPAC names. Right? Here this is scandium group. What is scandium group? Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium. Next, this is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th groups. This is third B. Third group is also known as third B. This is 4th B, 5th B, 6th B, 7th B. 8th, 9th and 10th vertical rows are collectively represented as 8th B group. And this is first B and this is second B. Second B. Third B, second B, third B, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, eighth B, first B and second B. The elements from third to 12th vertical rows. The elements from scandium to zinc groups. The elements from third B to second B groups are collectively represented as D block elements. Means from here to here. They are all collectively represented as the D block elements. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium, third B. And in the same way, these are all collectively represented as D block elements. Okay. And same time, the elements from third B to first B groups are known as transition elements. Transition elements. Transition elements means what? Here the second B group elements are represented as only D block elements. they do not represented as the transition elements. Why? Here, the general electronic configuration of second B group elements is ns2 n minus 1d 10. Here both s and also n minus 1d orbitals are completely filled. Not exhibit the special properties or peculiar properties of transition elements. Means here the outermost s orbital and the d subshell of the penultimate shell n minus 1d and ns orbitals are completely filled. And previously, how can you define transition elements? The elements in which the outermost and penultimate shells are incompletely filled are known as transition elements. Here, outermost s orbital and n minus 1d orbital both are completely filled. So, they do not represented as transition elements, they represented as only d block elements. And the elements from third B to first B groups are represented as transition elements. And here the statement, from scandium atomic number 21, scandium to zinc group, zinc atomic number 30. Scandium to zinc groups are represented as D block, and from scandium to copper groups are represented as transition elements. Transition elements. From that, it is very simple. All transition elements are D block elements, but all D block elements are not transition elements. All transition elements are D block elements, but all D block elements are not transition elements. Means what? Here, second B groups or zinc group elements or 12th group elements are considered as only D block elements. They are not considered as the transition elements. They are not considered as the transition elements because of the availability of completely filled outermost s orbitals and n minus 1d orbitals. The elements from scandium group to zinc groups are known as D block elements, and the elements from scandium to copper groups are known as transition elements. And first B groups are also known as typical transition elements. Typical transition elements. And 8th, 9th and 10th vertical rows means 8th B group elements are known as transition triads. What are transition triads? Here, iron, cobalt, nickel groups. Iron, cobalt, nickel groups are collectively represented as 8th B group elements. Here the 8th group B group elements are also known as transition triads. What are they? Iron, cobalt, nickel, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, osmium, iridium, platinum. Osmium, iridium, platinum. Okay, this is about the important statement, right? But here in all these elements, the differentiating electron goes into n minus 1d orbital. As a result of that, they are all collectively represented as D block elements. But based on the electronic configuration of each and every period, once again they are divided into 4 series. They are divided into 4 series. What are the 4 series in the D block? First horizontal row. First horizontal row is known as 3D series. Second one is known as 4D series. Third one is known as 5D series. Fourth one is known as 6D series. Here 6D series is incomplete. Is incomplete series. But each and every series consists of 10 elements. Each and every series, that may be 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. Each and every series consists of 10 elements. And here the specialty of the D block elements is they having similarities in the properties across the period and also along with the group. That is the specialty. Across the period across the period and also along with the group means both horizontally and vertically having similarities in the property. That is the peculiar nature of the D block elements. And here 6D series is incomplete series, and each series consists of 10 elements. Right. 3D series begins with the scandium 21, ends with zinc 30. 4D series begins with yttrium 39 and cadmium 48. 5D series begins with 57, ends with 80. 30 plus 18, 48. 48 plus 32, 80. Okay. And here, in case of the 6D series elements, not only 6D series, in case of the 5D and also 6D series elements, the series splits at lanthanum and included at hafnium. Means 14 elements are separated from the 5D series. That means that is nothing but sixth period. And in case of 7th period, that is nothing but 6D series of D block elements. The series splits at actinium 87 and included at rutherfordium 104. Once again 14 elements are getting separated. Here the 14 elements which are separated from the 6th period are known as lanthanides, and the 14 elements which are separated from the 7th period are known as actinides. Here lanthanide belongs to 6th period, actinide belongs to 7th period. And this is about the classification of the D block elements. Classification of the D block elements on the basis of the differentiating electron goes into which D subshell. What are they? 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, 6D series. 3D series begins with scandium, ends with zinc. 4D series begins with yttrium, ends with cadmium. 5D series begins with lanthanum, ends with mercury. 6D series begins with actinium, ends with the element with atomic number 112. And this is about the details that are related to D block. And here there is an important note. The first man-made element in the D block is technetium. And here the liquid metal in the D block element is mercury. This is the liquid metal. This is the first man-made element. This is about the introduction of the chapter D block elements.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.